Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. As usual, just before starting the live, we generally take a lot of time in positioning, field positioning. Do you want to stand in the middle? Do you want to stand in the side? See, he's
No,
still.
see, you will now take the catch here. The ball
Yes.
will go there.
And the best part is, by the time live ends today, I was seeing some reel. Bodhidharma and Snehashi are talking to each other like this. There's a camera. We have completely forgotten that. But you guys just came from Richa's presser. First, let's talk about the press conference. Then, of course, we will talk about the practice session. Bodhidharma, you did ask some interesting questions to Richa. So, first of all, let's start with the analysis that we had made.
Yeah, that's actually a nice one. In fact, I asked her directly that we've done some quantitative research, and in fact, it was done by Trisha, the video, in collaboration with Straight Bat. That if you are giving yourself a little bit more time and playing the first few balls, so I said you were 9 of 9. Even in the warm-up game against England, and took a bit of time, and then the acceleration came. Do you reckon that that's kind of helping you, getting your eye in for the first few balls, and then boom, the acceleration is coming? Richa said that at least in the last game, in the context of the last game, Harmanpreet Kaur, who was batting with Richa at that point, instructed her or advised her that there is no need for any rush. You take your time and play yourself in. If you are able to do that, then automatically the runs will come towards the end in a flurry, and that's exactly happened. So it bones out exactly what our research shows, that there is quantifiable evidence now that if the player is given a 5, 6, 7 ball cushion, even if it's a 4, 5 ball cushion, it'll happen for that player, and it has happened for Richa Ghosh twice in the last 2 games. So that was the analysis that Trisha had put out, and it kind of, her answer justifies what we were saying. So exactly to our findings based on quantifiable research. And the second question that I asked, Sneha asked an important one as well. Mine was that when you were dealing with the lean patch, for a while you weren't getting the kind of runs you want. How do you mentally adjust to that? How does a player adjust to adversity? Because not always will you be in good sync. And she said the seniors help. She mentioned Smriti a number of times, Amol, Harman, and the seniors helped, saying that no problem if you're not getting big runs, but try and stay true to your drills, to your practice, to your training. And she spent more time out in the middle, knowing, she said, look, I was in good touch in the nets. The runs weren't getting translated in match situations, but I did not lose confidence. I did not lose faith in my ability. And thankfully, things have started to go well now.
Yes, absolutely. And as I said,
You asked about Deepti.
yes. I asked her that how is the experience of batting with Deepti, because in most occasions for India we saw that down the order that
Bengal.
yeah, and she mentioned that point only, that not only for India, in Bengal also we have batted for a long time. So, and they always have that conversation, not only on field, off the field also, and that helped them. So that is what she made that point, that it's good to be batting out there with Deepti Sharma, and it always helps the way they complement each other. And they always talk whether if the conditions are a little bit tricky, they always think that okay, let's take some time, and then we can go for the big shots. And that is what maybe worked for them in the Pakistan game. And again, she said that I'm looking forward to more such knocks along with Dipti.
Anything else? Any other point from the press conference, or should we move to the practice?
One or two more. In fact, one journalist asked that how important is game 1, because for a T20 contest last time round, India lost to New Zealand and things changed. So she was like, it is very important to get some momentum, but in our case, we will take it match by match, and we are not looking too far ahead. So it was a relatively routine answer. Fitness-wise, everyone's steady. And she spoke about the Netherlands team. She spoke about the Netherlands, saying we've watched their game. One of the matches we've watched, this is their first time. And in this format, little periods of play, anything can happen. So there's no question of saying, oh, Netherlands will not be able to kind of push us or anything like that. So we will play with peak intensity.
Absolutely. And that's how it should be, because there's the Seger sisters who are doing very well. And I think Netherlands also has a good spin attack. By that, I'm not saying that Netherlands is going to win. I'm just saying
Potential.
they have potential.
They have qualified for the
Absolutely.
World Cup.
And I don't think in T20 format you can write any team off. In fact, I think Pakistan committed a lot of mistakes. Otherwise, they were actually ahead of the game last
In the
last
power play
match
only
itself.
they were
Yeah,
ahead so much.
absolutely. And even while bowling, it's the last 2 overs which
That made
cost
the
them.
difference.
And by the way, that reminds me, he just got a mail from ICC, the media, the press release
Mm.
that Pakistan has been fined 5% of their match fees
Okay.
because of slow over rate, which is what cost them the match, cost them money. Well, so I hope the captains and the teams, kind of remember this. But talking about practice session, we did see, Deepti Sharma practicing power hitting
Yeah. Match
and
simulation times.
math simulation types. And the best part is a lot of criticism has gone into the way Deepti bats. We ourselves have criticized. Also, by the way, later somebody in Twitter called me Deepti's PR.
You.
Yeah.
So good. Only she doesn't get paid by her. She gets paid by Rev Sports. Had she been getting more money, I would have told her, no problem. I mean, you take care of this UK trip. I don't have to spend any more. So rather than traveling by Canning local yesterday, with despite having reserved seats, we were made to stand because of train cancellation, which is pretty problematic when you're carrying multiple suitcases. I wouldn't go through any of such stuff. I would say, Trisha, get me a car, get a chauffeur-driven car. Exactly, get a chauffeur-driven car, and just let's go to Manchester and thereafter to London, and that's it. I mean, we will drive around in the United Kingdom and not do public transport. So she's not even been able to do that, and that doesn't take much money, by the way. So she's not even earning that she can take care of me like that. So I don't think that PR is good enough. Trisha, if you are doing PR, resign, please. It is not helping me. You earn more, only then will you do something like that.
Okay, done. I'll speak to Deepti and see if we can work something out.
Yeah, otherwise, either $1 million or nothing. Then we don't need. You understand? You might as well earn more to take care of me.
That's about it. But Deepti, a very good net session there. First she started off with throwdown, then she was practicing specific shots, and then suddenly she went to gear 5. And thanks to the net being there, you and I were saved. Otherwise, he was trying to pose, at the Headingley ground. Who doesn't want to? But almost our head was taken off.
Yes, and there are a few other members also who were in danger
Yes.
of our shots.
I
But
think the GeoStar camera
Yes,
person who was in
yes.
danger. Yeah.
but overall it was a very good session, and we heard that
There was one camera person who was standing there. The ball was going. She was not moving.
Yeah.
And then I was like, either catch it or do something
Yeah,
about
exactly,
it. And I was
exactly.
like, what are you trying to do? And then when the ball moved past her, she went there and threw it back. I mean, either do something. I mean, come on.
yes, but it was a kind of a match simulation type. We heard that.
24 balls.
Yes, in 4 overs we will
She
target
had to
40
get
to 45.
45.
Yes, and eventually she ended up scoring 42 runs.
Yes.
So she was very happy. We saw that.
But I also thought there were two balls where she got
Mistimed.
out. Yeah, she mistimed trying to overhit.
But
But the last two shots,
Down the ground,
yeah, she came down the ground and it was so well hit.
sound of the bat. was
Yes,
so
it was brilliant. And for a bowler to say that, yeah, it takes a lot, But I thought very, very good specific net session, which is very important. And you can see every single person is working on their weaknesses, trying hard. We also saw fielding drill, Boryada.
Yeah.
Charni, yes, two good
Renuka.
catches. Renuka, Shafali after that. First Charni and Deepti. Charni and Deepti, and then Renuka and Shafali. Yes.
Clearly, you can see a plan because Amol walked towards Deepti and asked, how did that separate session go?
Yeah.
Smriti did the same.
Yeah.
So there is a plan there and they are trying to execute that plan. Everybody has their separate drills assigned to get better. So as we've said this, there is effort. What that effort translates into, the fielding wasn't up to the mark, and it's again our job to call it out because we are not here as cheerleaders. So if there is a problem, we'll say that there is a problem. But at the same time, we are seeing serious effort. Charni today dropped one and then caught two good ones.
Yes.
And in fact, she was the one who started applauding. So we will see how things go. But in terms of effort, I've seen serious effort so far.
Yes, I think Deepti's shots also, when they were good. See, when you watch, I mean, it's cricket after all. If it's a good shot, if it's a good catch, I to still get excited. I mean, in
That's
the
your
press.
love for the game. That's why you're doing it. None of us are making millions of dollars. We are doing this, traveling, the world, away from family, people think this is a great job. No, it is not. I mean, to have your family back home, being alone, this country doesn't really help with the kind of weather, stupid weather at times that it has. It is not. It is not the best. At the same time, we do it, and we will do it, give an arm and a leg, because we love it.
Yeah.
We love doing what we are doing. We want to watch the cricket, want to watch practice. That one shot, that one catch, that one ball stays with us. We love us, and not just cricket. Give us any sport.
Yeah.
We just love our sport, and that's why this whole multi-sport mission. We love what we do.
Do you know, yesterday he almost gave me a heart attack? Do you know this? I was sitting.
I don't know if she has medical insurance.
No, I don't. I was sitting and reading. It was we completed the entire day's work. I was sitting and we were crazy tired, and I was sitting and reading. The South Africa Uruguay match was on. No, Saudi Arabian.
Uruguay.
No, the Belgium. It was Belgium.
No,
the
it was
Lukaku one.
Egypt.
Belgium Egypt was on. So Egypt gave a goal, took a lead, etc. Now he said Lukaku is coming out. Up to that, I was there with him. Then I started reading and I forgot him. Suddenly, hey, goal! I'm like, why are you screaming?
And that area, neighborhood where we are, is completely quiet. If this guy starts screaming, then people will say, what is going on?
I have told him they'll throw us out. And then I was like, why are you screaming? You scared me. And he called it wrong. It was he thought Lukaku has come out, and in the first touch, it's
He also thought that he scored, but unfortunately,
exactly, it was an own goal.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think so. The point I'm trying to make is we get excited for cricket, we get excited for football. We see boxing going on somewhere, we stand there also. We are a bit of. Yeah, there's a bit of problem.
But that's the thing. I mean, you want to work for Rev Sports, you need to follow multi-sport and enjoy.
Yeah.
As I'm saying, this is our life. We love sport. Yesterday also we have watched many different.
Go to the ticket counter and ask.
Yeah, what is the scene? Don't jump. Take your time and go. We can actually give an update as far as tickets are concerned. But ICC so far, I have to say this. ICC has been very, very good. In this World Cup, the kind of effort that I'm seeing from ICC in promoting the games, in terms of branding, in terms of city branding, in terms of push, the digital push. I met Anurag Dahiya the other day. I told him in Birmingham, ICC has been superb. Jai has taken personal initiative. Gaurav Saxena and the others from ICC are here. Trisha, extremely good branding. Yeah. ICC has been on the money from that Waterloo event in trying to promote every possible game. So again, call it as you see it. If you don't get facilities, you will call it. If you do get facilities, you will also call it. Snehashish is coming back, so we'll give you a ticket update in a bit. But
also, I think ECB from last year itself, they were promoting when we came for the test matches.
You are right. 1 year to go. 1 year to go, and all the stadiums, the kind of branding, the kind of effort that we are seeing from the International Cricket Council and the English Cricket Board. Commendable.
Yes. The update is not sold out, but it's close to 80% selling out already. 80% seats have been sold out. Yeah,
India Netherlands.
Wow. Yes. So if it's a 15,000 crowd at Headingley for an India Netherlands game, that is astoundingly good. And by the way, it's a weekday. It's a weekday. You must remember, it's not a Sunday like it was in Birmingham. Yeah. It's a work day here. Despite that, if it's
Netherlands.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, India, South Africa, I understand. India, Australia, I understand. India, Lords will be sold out. Will be sold out. But India, Netherlands, if you have an 80%, that is fabulous.
I want this hoodie, but I can't pay for it. Anyway, our plan is different. Yes. We are waiting to go to Manchester and Red Devils, Manchester United. But what were we talking about? Practice. India practice session. Catching, fielding. Harmanpreet was batting. Radha Yadav was batting. Bharti ended batting session. So almost everybody got there. Yastika and Jemmy batted in the beginning. So, Boryada, it's a routine now. I have seen that, like Smriti Shafali, Yastika and Jemmy come in.
Yeah. Pairs. For men also, remember last year, Yash Jaiswal and Rahul, they're doing the same drills.
Exactly. That's about it. Am I missing some other points?
No, I think it's all covered. Right? The fielding is the last thing that we observed. that Renuka and Shefali won. So yeah.
But the planning seems so like there's a proper plan because they are also giving fieldings in pairs, and you saw Munish Bali is giving a different drill to Renuka and Shafali, and a different fielding drill to Charni and Deepti.
Excellent, and it was good observation, and especially to Charni, two things were being done. One, he was trying to give. She was standing there. It was maybe squarish, slightly squarish fine leg also, and he was giving ground balls as well.
Yeah.
So he was making her do the stops. He was making her do the throwback, and he was getting her to do the catching.
And Deepti was more mid wicket.
Deepti was more mid wicket, so it was interestingly placed where maybe match situations also will be like
and
that.
Shafali and
was great
Renuka
stuff.
were long on long off.
So she dropped one, like we are saying. She dropped the first one, and then she caught two solid ones, and that was good to see. There is effort on the part of Charni, but the team clearly has worked things out, and how to go about their job, and what are the kind of things they need to do. Good to see. Good to see. We just want execution now. Execution and implementation are two very different things, and we now need to see execution tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
But there is also another update that I want to talk to you about. We had a very interesting chat with one of the officials. Boriada.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. We had a chat with one of the officials who has come in to replace one of the women
You can
umpires.
mention him. You can mention him.
Yeah. I mean, when we put up the picture, we have to mention him.
Yeah, I mean, if you will put up a photograph smiling in front of the Leeds gate. One of the officials. Very come on.
Yeah, so this is an all-female This was an all-female panel, umpiring. In fact, match officials, umpiring, match referee. Out of that, one of the umpires, we don't know who, but one of the umpires had to be given a medical rest because of appendicitis. Yeah, because of appendicitis. So Richard Kettleborough actually has stepped in for her impact sub in umpiring as well. And there's a very interesting story that happened. Please take us through that.
Yeah, it was interesting, and we started chatting with Richard about how he kind of handles situations, and he said he's played with Sachin Tendulkar in this ground when Sachin first came to Yorkshire. He was also coming up the ranks. Sachin and Vinod Kambli would always be together. And we also asked him, we referred to the Vaibhav Suryavanshi incident of yesterday, and said, what is the role of an umpire when things get heated out in the middle, players start sledging? How do you kind of handle and temper situations like that? And then the conversation obviously went to that Virat Kohli no ball, the Virat Kohli white ball, which one of the most important decisions that Richard has given. Yeah. And the story was great. The story was when he was playing in his playing days, there was one game for Yorkshire where the opponent deliberately bowled a wide ball to deny the Yorkshire player, deny the
Ulta, the Yorkshire team actually
it was his
team. Basically the same thing, that a wide ball was bowled so that the batter was denied the 100. Now Richard had that in mind, and this particular match, the Virat Kohli match, he heard one of the players, I'm not going to name because he said don't, one of the players said, I am going to bowl a wide ball and deny Virat the 100. The captain said don't do it. And then Richard remembered that incident. The bowler came and bowled a wideish ball, and Richard was like, I'm not going to call that. And Richard ensured that he did not call that. As a result, Virat Kohli, the next ball, 600, celebrates. Brilliant. So, the umpire took it on himself for the spirit of the game. And he also mentioned that the skipper did not want the ball to be bowled wide. So that also we must put on record. Yeah. The bowler went and did bowl that wide ball, but Richard Kettleborough did not call it. Good man, Richard. This is going to stick with every Indian cricket fan for a long, long time.
But also it shows how much, honestly, because I have umpired in a few games, it also shows how much an umpire can control the game. When that the opponent is deliberately trying to bowl down the leg or wide balls to get something done, you can take charge. Somebody has said which game. If you don't know which game, then please go check it out in YouTube for sure. Let's take a few comments. I can't find my phone. Time for some panic. Okay.
By the way, folks, as Trisha finds her phone, let me take this opportunity to make an announcement. We've just put out a press release. Rather, Coca-Cola has put out a press release. We've shared called the Coke Match Day Hangout. So Coca-Cola, in partnership, we have partnered Coca-Cola in launching the Coke Match Day Hangout. It starts tomorrow with the England versus Croatia match. All through the football season, creator driven, loads of programming for during the World Cup. You guys can see it on all Rev Sports platforms, the English and the Bangla, and you will see a lot of programming also go creator driven. So people like Rohan Joshi, Kashvi Hiranandani, a lot of these influencers, creators will all join us. Subsequently, some film people, sports people, footballers like Dalima Chibbar. It will be a creator fan based Coke Match Day Hangout. Absolutely your place to be. So all you need to do is buy a Coke on Zepto or Blinkit, and you will get a code or a link with which to join the Coca-Cola Match Day Hangout, which is being produced and presented to you by Rev Sports in obviously collaboration with Coca-Cola. This is one of our best global partnerships. We are very, very proud of it. We've been working on it for the last 1 month to pull it off. Finally, we've launched it today.
And extremely proud of it. The first question I would take is, somebody has mentioned me and said, Arinda Mukherjee, Trisha ji underestimate other teams too much. Hey? I was the one who was saying that Pakistan has a good chance. I was the one who is saying that there's Seeger's sister. या तो आप नहीं जानते हम में से त्रिशा कौन है? ये कोई confusion है भाई. वो अपने end में clear कर लो. Freaking Awesome says, my worry is that how India will bat while chasing against top sides, as India's highest T20I chase in England is 146. Freaking Awesome, you get some freaking awesome stats, and I'll give it to Snehashish. Chasing, batting in itself, the diciness and the inconsistency is a worry.
Yes, and I think when you are chasing, I think it depends on the pitch conditions as well. If it is getting a bit slowish, because obviously it's again tomorrow again they will get a maybe a used pitch because the second game at the same venue. So again, if the pitch becomes a bit slowish, if the pitch becomes
better for you.
Okay. If the pitch becomes a bit slowish, it will be struggling for the batters. But again, if you really want to do well with the, when it comes to batting, the openers need to play a big role.
Yeah.
Obviously, your top order, the top three, and then your finishers can get the job. If you don't get a good start, it will be difficult for the finishers as well also. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. We're changing the positions.
Yeah, you keep talking.
Yes. No, I think when it comes to the chasing, I think the batters need to get a better start. Then only you can accomplish whatever the target that you have given to chase.
Absolutely.
Trisha, there are loads of questions to me about Vaibhav and the behavior. So it's important I address that point. By the way, I've written 2 columns, one yesterday and one today.
Stood on the train while
during the train while standing. Yeah, it was quite an ordeal, and quite an ordeal. Somehow we got managed half a seat for her.
This thing took out my earphone.
Do you know?
She told me.
So her earphones goes flying and gets under a seat.
This can work.
No, so no, this stand didn't work actually.
Okay.
So there was a very kind boy who went under the seat and was at one corner. So that guy got it out.
Yes.
So there are still some good Samaritans out there. They're good people, and we thanked him profusely. But wrote that piece, and today again I've written another column. So let's be clear here. One, Vaibhav Suryavanshi is my daughter's age. So there is a lot of trolling going on saying, why are you picking on Vaibhav? I have zero interest in picking on Vaibhav or anybody. I don't care. Number one. Number two, if all of us, and here it's not me, every one of us want Vaibhav to do well. Because he's a huge talent. He's a phenomenal talent.
For our country.
Exactly. He's a prodigy. So any fool will say that, why you say, no, all of us want Vaibhav to do well. No debate. Every Indian wants Vaibhav Suryavanshi to realize his potential and do the best. Okay? Number 3, my daughter is 12 turning 13, 15 turning 16. If my daughter makes a mistake, it is our job to point out that mistake and say, can you do better? Because that's how people will get better, become accountable. If I go and say, oh, you know what, Aisha, you've done great despite the mistake, you keep doing this. It is not the way to encourage young people, and he's 15. So he will learn. That's why I'm saying from mistakes people learn. But if the mistake is not pointed out, and if he's gone, at this age told, "Arey, you are the greatest thing to happen to the world. Everything that you've done, this aggression is the best thing to happen to." No, I'm sorry. Vaibhav Suryavanshi or anyone, you cannot get physical on the field of play, whatever the provocation. Today, I asked this question of Manpreet Singh. Here his answer tomorrow. The guy has played 413 matches, will play his 413th match for India. He has described at length कि बोरिया भाई अगर हम फिजिकल हो जाते हैं या प्रोवोकेशन में आ जाते हैं तो लॉस मेरा है और मेरा टीम का है. तो हम लोग हर समय लोग आपको, and he gave the example of which match I'll tell you. He gave the example of India versus Germany bronze medal match in Tokyo. Yeah. He said Germany was up 3-1 और वो हमें मॉक कर रहे थे. They were sledging us, they were mocking us. उस समय अगर हम लोग उस मॉकिंग में प्रोवोकेशन में आ जाते हैं तो वो मैच हम 100% हार जाएंगे. वो मैच कोई नहीं बचा सकता. उस समय the thing that you have to do is stay calm, take control, do your thing and do better. वैभव सूर्यवंशी को भी वही सजेशन उन्होंने दिया कि आपको जितना ही प्रोवोकेशन आ जाए, for your team and your sake, you will have to stay calm and not play into that provocation. It is not easy. Sport is not easy. It cannot be. So let us be clear. By getting physical, it's wrong. And call spade a spade. I know there are many who have come after me on Twitter and other calling me names.
They will come after you.
Yeah, they can come after me 1,000,000 times. I care two hoots about them.
It's the same thing. Yeah. Every time Harman does something, that leadership article gets some views.
How does it? These things don't matter to any one of us, and that's the first mantra in Rev Sports. If we see something, we'll call it. The behavior was wrong. Last year, the Pakistan shoegate was wrong.
Yes.
This time, this was wrong. That doesn't mean Vaibhav is no less a talent. Vaibhav is a generational talent. He's a prodigy. That's why he's playing what he is. The second point that I want to make on Vaibhav, people have come and said, he's a kid. No, he's not a kid when he's playing international sport. He's not playing underage cricket. He is playing international sport at the highest elite level. And there, the standards of behavior will be that exactly of the others. Okay, so when Tendulkar played at the age of 16, Waqar Younis was not bowling softly to him. When he broke his nose, somebody was not bowling at 100 kilometers an hour.
Javed said something, right?
Javed Miandad went and said, "Tu to doodh pita bachcha ghar jaake doodh pi ke aa." So they were sledging him. Now Tendulkar rebutted with a 4 the next ball. Sachin did not go and start fighting. So the thing to do is, and a lot of people have said this, by the way, because I gave the Sachin example, that Sachin played in 1989, Vaibhav is playing in 2026. So, this new India nonsense that you are trying to peddle, that this is an aggressive India, so this guy is, I am sorry, cardinal cricketing behavior or sportsman spirit doesn't change.
No, 1 second. It is not only about sportsman spirit.
It's about anything.
So, for example, if me and my editor or Snehashish and we have our own, you and I have thought about, which story to go, where to send whom. So should we start hitting each other because we are new India?
No. How is it new India?
I don't know.
Many have said to me, this is 2026 aggression. Can be, I'll give you such an example of aggression. Waqar Younis was bowling very fast to Sachin Tendulkar in that Chennai test match of 136 from memory. And he was batting. India was 6 for 2. So Waqar bowled a ball and walked up to him and said, "Dikh nahi raha hai na?" And Sachin looked at him and he said to himself, "Ab dal." He went on to score 136 runs. That is aggression.
Correct.
Rahul Dravid is an epitome of aggression. Silence is also aggression.
You know who has said this to me? Silence is also aggression. Mithali had said this to me.
See, this is what it is. You have to understand that, boss, by giving into provocation, you are not doing justice to your talent.
You're damaging.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi is one of the best ever talents that anyone has seen. For him to take that talent to conclusion or fruition, he will have to work on this aspect. And mistakes are made. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes every day. And I try to learn. That's all I will say. But to say that what was done yesterday is justified, we are then doing disservice to our profession. We are not a cheerleading brigade. We are a brigade that is here to do a job. And the job is to call things as we see it. There is no place for physical aggression on the field of play.
Absolutely. I saw somebody. Just a second. Just give me 1 second, guys, because the internet is acting up a little.
You can take this.
Yeah, no, got it. Okay. Astha Starlight is saying, hello, guys. Regardless of the result of this World Cup, Harman should step down and Smriti should be made the captain, also, who is the vice captaincy candidate. Let the World Cup continue and we'll see. Look, I don't think it can be irrespective of the World Cup result. Will be in, it will take the World Cup result in consideration, because if India wins the World Cup, why would you say anything to Harman? It would be Harman. See, it's anyway Harman's decision to retire. But if she's playing, how can you take the captaincy away from her if she wins back-to-back World Cup?
The other thing, Trisha, this whole thing about retirement.
Yeah.
You know, there is a television anchor who I don't want to name.
Okay.
In an interview with Sachin, asked him 25 times in the course of the interview, when are you retiring? Sachin finally told him that, are you going to tell me when you're retiring from journalism?
Correct.
Whether I did, no, you're not in best form. He said, but it's my form, right? It's my career. I have created it. I will destroy it. What's your problem? If I decide to retire, I'll tell you. No one can decide retirement for anyone. Harmanpreet Kaur is entitled to playing on. If the selectors decide, no, she's not good enough, they'll drop her. So will I go and tell Trisha? I can decide saying, Trisha, you will not come to do this reporting or that reporting as her editor. But can I go and tell her, no, you will not do women's cricket? No, you will not do. No, I've got no business to say that to her. It is her call. She's an independent professional. That's the respect. No one can tell any player when to retire. It can't happen like that. And I've already seen people saying, when is Harman retired? Yeah, selectors can definitely give the captaincy to Smriti or anyone.
Harman, we have seen
Arundhati,
Smriti, and we have seen
Smriti.
Arundhati.
Yeah.
3 players retiring before, that was before the World Cup started. Anyway, Zozo Rose, sorry, says, I'm just following few days this channel, very good and detailed analysis, and never seen big channels also doing this. Keep up the good work. Big, small, let's not go into that.
Let's not go into
Astha Starlight said, hats off to you guys for covering the World Cup in a detailed way. Keep it up. Thank you. Sachin Chaudhary, ask Ref Sports team, do we see any changes in playing 11? India's.
Come on, Sneha.
See, personally, I think, against Netherlands, they should try someone like Nandini Sharma. Yastika should get a game. Or I would love to see Arundhati getting another game. It will be very harsh to drop her. I think it was one of the rare bad day for her with the ball. I think against Netherlands, if she bowls well, if she gets back her rhythm, I think that will be a very confident boosting one.
But you also have to play Nandini. You can't not play Nandini if you want
drop
to play.
Kranti.
Wow. I don't think Nandini and Arundhati is a good choice.
Yes, that is also a factor is there. So let's see. But as of now, what I am thinking that let's try out Nandini and Yastika in this game.
Nandini, yes. Oh, okay. So Nandini in place of Kranti for you.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think
So 2 changes, Snehashish.
Yeah.
I'm saying 3 changes.
And,
Yastika in place of
Yastika
Bharti.
in place of
Bharti.
Trisha?
For me, the 2 changes that he said, but a little different. Nandini in place of Arundhati and Renuka in place of Kranti. I don't think you can have Nandini and Arundhati.
I will say 2 changes for me.
Yes, of course.
So Trisha saying 3, Snehashish says 2. I'm also saying 2, but slightly different. I'm seeing Renuka in place of one of the faster bowlers and Yastika. Not seeing Nandini maybe. Because they will maybe not go with after one game, but I'm also seeing 2 changes. Definitely seeing Yastika, give her a shot. But as far as the 2 faster bowlers, if you have Renuka in your mix for the South Africa match, you must play her here.
Yeah,
is my call.
The Crick Jinxer is saying, since Shafali is our 4th spin option, how should team use her strategically, regularly or when a wicket is not coming our way? When a wicket is not coming our way, no, I think it should be 2 overs on a regular basis, and we have been speaking about it. In fact, I am of that opinion. 2 overs from Smriti, I was going to say. I don't mind Smriti also, but I think Smriti might mind. But yeah, I would want Shafali and Jemmy, 2 overs each.
Yes, and I think she should bowl, frequently, because
Yeah.
if she's not bowling for one or two, 3 or 4 games, and suddenly in a tough game where the partnership is getting, and you need those quick wickets, and suddenly you're calling Shefali and bowling, just go out there, bowl 2 wickets, and try for those wickets. It will be difficult for any kind of a bowler, be it part time or be it the premium bowler. It is very difficult not to be bowling frequently and then go out there and bowling at your best rhythm. So it's better just use her at different phases of the game, just 2 or 3 overs if needed. And if she does well, the rhythm will be with her, and that will be beneficial for him.
Absolutely. Let's take a few more questions before we close. Syed Nizamuddin is saying, Richa Ghosh is the MS Dhoni of women's cricket. She's the Richa Ghosh of women's cricket. She's not the MS Dhoni of any cricket. And no offense meant for MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni is MS Dhoni of men's cricket. Richa Ghosh is Richa Ghosh of women's cricket. Silly Paneer, this name. I love this name. Silly Paneer. What is your take on lack of fast bowling options? India, you know, the Indian pitches, and especially the kind of pitches that are there in the domestic games. I think Snehashish and I have done a number of videos where we have said the first over in most of the domestic matches are spinners. So if pacers are not bowling with the new bowling domestic itself, then how do you expect to have a pipeline of pacers? I think we need somebody like, Bharat Arun. I remember when Bharat Arun started coaching for the Indian men's team, we got a whole bench of fast bowlers. But I also think, absolutely, and I think BCCI is doing a fab job when it comes to women's cricket. But there are also some finer points where maybe these things they can involve a senior women cricketer to understand the finer points. For example, domestic teams, the points that we were trying to make, that running between the wicket in domestic is a problem. If it's a problem in domestic, it is not going to change.
Even the
in the fielding, yes, we have seen some terrible fielding in domestic cricket. And then same goes for pace bowling. In fact, in 50 over matches, Boryada, there are times when 35 overs are bowled by spinners. And a 15 over is, divided between pace bowling all rounders and pacers.
Like a token.
Like a
And that is
token,
why we
exactly.
create more spin
I
bowling
thought,
all-rounders.
for my opinion, he's giving me some extra money. I was like, thanks, but I'm getting paid.
But that is why
You anyway getting paid from PR.
Oh
Oh, yes, sorry.
Sorry, forgot. So much money that you forgot.
Yes.
So today Trisha is taking us
Done.
for a Michelin star meal.
Let's go to Uyare.
You will not get a Michelin star meal in Leeds. So
No, we are going to
Uyare.
one of the best,
Yeah, it's very good.
Uyare. And I already know what I'm going to order. I'm not going
this
to.
one was great. The moment I told her,
Yes.
what Trisha, we're going to I know. I said, what do you know?
Yeah.
I know what I'm having. I said, okay, good on you.
Okay.
Yesterday's food was also great.
Yeah.
Fabulous, man. I mean, by the way, full credit to Tharavadu for that meal. Prakash, wonderful. We started with prawns, we had fish, we had chicken.
Chicken,
and,
Malabar parota.
and
Jaggery
Trisha
dosa.
finished off with Jaggery dosa. And brilliant meal. Absolutely brilliant meal. And Tharavadu can be recommended to anybody. If you're coming to Leeds, that's your place for Indian food. Love it.
The Crick Jinxer, I'll take 5 more questions and then we'll end.
Done.
How was Richa's wicket keeping practice? What do you reckon is the area of improvement?
Good question.
Fitness. First and foremost, fitness. I think the other part which needs to improve is, I have said this a number of times, in between she had stopped this. She didn't really go full down. She was going half down, which helped her in controlling the balance. But if she goes a little lower, what happens is she has a tendency of moving towards the leg side, which is your, say, left leg for her. If she has put the pressure on left leg, and I'm getting a little analytical, but if she has already put pressure on the left leg, the problem is you will see she does take some fantastic catches or stops when it's the leg side. But then the problem happens when it's outside off stump, because you have to, from your left leg, shift the entire body weight on the right and then go for the dive, and that becomes a problem. If straight bat was straight wicket keeping, then I would have explained this to you with proper analysis. But I think Shirish, you have understood. Snehashish, IA 2024-X. ये तो कोई formula लग रहा है भाई. Anyway, is Arundhati's form a concern? She has a good record versus Australia.
No, see, I think obviously she had a bad day against Pakistan with the ball, especially. But again, I am saying with Arundhati, the team management knows that not only those 4 overs, they can get those important 15-20 runs as well down the order. She has that ability, and she showed that in WPL also. We saw that. So I think again, for me, that is why maybe you shouldn't drop someone like Arundhati in this next game. I think she should get another game. Let's try another game. If she doesn't perform, then take the decision. Then try another person. But let's see. But for me, Arundhati is a crucial player because, and as I mentioned, even today, one of the players who put their, whole thing in the net session. I think the way she involves in every net sessions, be it with the ball, be it with the bat. I can remember in a 2025 ODI World Cup net session, she was angry that the net session got ended at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
She was like,
She was very angry with,
she was like, who is shutting off the lights here? I am practicing with the bat. And everyone says that it is 9:30 p.m. We have to close out the practice session, and she was not happy.
No, not only that, I think there was another team which wanted to practice in the net. That was also the case. Yeah, that was Australia was there.
In Dubai. By the way, it was midnight, and we were doing our show, Asia Cup, and we are fully into the show, India versus Pakistan. This guy, the security guy, walks like this, and we are doing it from the car park. Cup, all lights shut, all dark, at each other.
No, this happened to me in Taunton.
Ashok and someone said, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Very cool. Silent. No. Out. Oh,
So this happened to me in Taunton. I was shooting the last video after the match, right? And first floodlight goes out. And I'm telling in the video, the lights have started going out. I have to end the show. Second one goes out. And then I'm saying, keep watching Ref Sports, like, share, and subscribe. The moment I said subscribe, as if it was a cue, the last one goes and it goes dark. But thank you guys for all your questions. I'll ask the last question to Boryada. Boryada, a lot of people are saying, and I understand where they're coming from. Can you get Radha in place of, not you per se, but Radha in place of Bharti instead of Yastika? Because she gives you another bowling option. But is Radha good enough to bat at 5 or 6 in T20Is consistently?
Interesting call.
Today she was seen having a chat with Amul sir.
Radha.
Batting session.
Yeah.
Interesting call, but do you have the batting? Are you going with a batter shot?
Yeah.
Maybe you are. And at least against South Africa, if you are a batter shot in Manchester conditions against the likes of Ismail, who will try and exploit Shafali and Richa's weakness against the shortish ball, I wouldn't want to go in with a batter shot. So that's my concern here. And Radha's bowling, are you giving me a full-on spinner? Maybe not. 50-50. Her fielding is ace. But so that bowling ability also kind of comes into play, that maybe it's not as good as Charni or any of the other spinners. So I don't think India will want that, but it's an interesting suggestion.
Absolutely. Keep giving your suggestions. Keep suggesting. Somebody has said good night now. Absolutely. It's
Why is it good night?
but
It's
good
6
night.
o'clock,
It's isn't it 6 o'clock?
5:30.
Do you 5:30? Do you sleep that early? Okay, I don't want to analyze when you go out to sleep, but thank you.
If he's watching from New Zealand, you don't know.
Okay.
Oh wow! But anyway, thank you so much for joining in, and great that you guys ask questions. The best part about our women's cricket regulars is I love the questions they ask. There are some genuine.
I'm seeing there you've got a very loyal constituency of viewers who keep coming and asking. Very good, very good.
Well, that we can take some credit for our hard work, and you do remember the 2-hour lives we do.
Oh boy!
At night, 1:30 a.m.
Someone, Rohan, sir, I said, what happened? He said, sir, I got up at 1:37. These two were talking. What? 1:37? They were talking. I said, yeah. I went to sleep. One day they will also go to sleep.
And the best part is, I think Nobonil said this to me one day. I was doing the live because he was in the train coming for WPL, and I was alone doing the live. After 1.5 hours, Nobonil was like, Didi, you will close the show, right? I said, the moment the questions get over. And he's like, Didi, you realize it is never going to get over, because at 1:30 in the night, if there are 300 people listening to you, they will ask questions. Please end the show. We have to sleep. But thank you so much. Keep joining, keep asking questions, because that's what we are here for, answering questions, bringing in analysis. And tomorrow is game day again. We will be back with many more shows, the weather update, everything. So do join us again. Thank you so much and have a nice evening.
Thank you.
And for the nth time, I forgot I have